So I just woke up probably about an hour ago. We're about to do Victor's, well, my parent-child observation for the parenting evaluation. I hope I said that right. I don't remember what I said. Um, but
Mom, my phone's about to die.
rather than having whatever we're doing at my desk, I'm gonna call because it's a Zoom observation. I'm gonna do probably over the phone, and we're gonna make his favorite grilled cheese. He loves grilled cheese. Oh my goodness. I keep procrastinating and not uploading, so hopefully I'll have something to upload today. um, Hold on, my mic says it's not working. Oh, no, it's working. Um, so first off, welcome to the next video. This one, I kind of want to just go over what I'm going through right now. Also, I sound funny because I just ate spicy ramen. I want to go through also recording on the laptop because I'm crashing. It is 4:05, 5 minutes after my daily crash time. I'm super sleepy. I want to go over the. Let me go to my notes because I'm sleepy. My brain no worky. Basically, what we're going through with the parenting evaluation for a parenting plan. My divorce is late April, and that's when the judge wants to have his recommendation and finalize a parenting plan for us. Itchy, itchy. So, how it basically went was during our pretrial conference, um, because mediation failed, basically the next step for that is obviously a parenting evaluation, and the judge essentially wanted to know, do we want to stay with him or do we want to see a different judge? And that would have changed our timeline a little bit. So the first step for the the evaluation, we got letters from the bailiff essentially ordering the evaluation, and then we got, I believe, a month later, letters through email from the evaluation family court services from them, and that was essentially consent forms, personal info for both me and both of my children, even though only one of them's involved in the actual divorce, school, healthcare providers, addresses, phone numbers, etc., etc. And then uh a little while later, we got another letter through email, um, which had the evaluator's info on it. It was essentially like, this is your evaluator. And it had the parent interview date for me. I have no idea what's going on with the other parent. So the date was set, and then for the actual parent interview, this is something that made me really anxious. I was super anxious about it. Um, because I didn't know, like, basically what to expect. And when I was a child going through a divorce, my parents were getting divorced when I was 11. That was with a guardian ad litem, so different process, different structure, similar structure but different. Let me see. The actual interview itself, it was the evaluator was explaining the structure, um introducing themselves, setting the expectations, even for the duration and all that. It was pretty simple. So we started out with a relationship timeline. Basically, when did you meet? How did you meet? What was the dynamic like? And then that passed on to like, when did the other parent move in with you. When did you get pregnant? Blah, blah, blah. And then into the pregnancy experience that you had with the other parent. This one was, I had a little bit of a breakdown with that one because it's sad and I don't get to relive that, and I'll carry that like in my heart as long as I'll live. Um, my birthing experience, and that one we had a couple laughs over. Because she didn't realize my son is a leap day baby. And then um what my support looked like postpartum. Did dad help? Did dad take time off of work? Did dad support you? Did dad take care of things like nighttime feedings? And then we moved on to the first 8 or so months after the child was born. Um, both the relationship dynamic, the parenting dynamic, how Victor was developing basically. And that one we kind of went off on a tangent of how he couldn't really hold down formula unless it was soy milk. I don't like how this laptop webcam makes me look. I look like a blob, like a pink blob. I'm also scrunched up because I'm laying in bed basically. Anyways, the dad's exit, so like the relationship ending, um, what our dynamic was like during that transition, uh, phone calls between dad and child, like basically how did it go? And this whole time I'm trying to focus on the questions that were asked because looking it up, I know I'm saying a lot. I'm really tired. So I promise I'm not stupid. I'm just EP. Basically, what I looked up, because I didn't want to scare myself, so I didn't do too much research into this. What I looked up was you save a lot of time by focusing on answering the question that was asked instead of going off onto tangents. She did explain that tangents were kind of unavoidable, so that helped set the precedent for me as well. And the fact that it was decently early in the morning, so my Adderall was in effect. I was not going off on tangents. I wasn't going every 2 seconds. The evaluation or the interview transitioned into Victor's development timeline. Provider names, when I suspected that he had uh, not something wrong with him, but like basically when I started suspecting the autism, which was around the 8 month mark. It was apparent to me, at least, that he was not. I don't want to say normal and be rude, but basically normal. All the referral details, provider names for pediatricians, occupational therapy, um, the things that I've worked on and are currently working on, child find, ABA, OT, nutrition therapy, speech therapy, neuropsych evaluation, and the consult notes for that because I had done that like a week before my interview. So what was he? IEP documents, we kind of went over a little bit for that. Vision and hearing results, whether he needed glasses. He does need glasses. He broke them, and I haven't been able to get them replaced. We moved on a little bit more into the IEP in that section, and then we transitioned to difficulties as I experienced them, not as like the clinical approach or what's written in his provider notes. Um, so this part lasted a while. It was full of transitions, his emotional capacity, his generalized anxiety, his food aversions, his difficulty with new routines, his difficulty with different adults, including teachers, his night wandering, an upcoming sleep consult, or not sleep consult, sleep study, his aggression, his needs for co regulation, his levels of different outbursts and impulsivity severities, uh, and identity struggles in familial relationships. And this one started up when he was 4. I really had to start trying to figure out how to explain to him that he has two dads because he calls my boyfriend dad and has since he was 2. Well, almost 2, and he's turning 6. So in his eyes, he has two dads. He has a white dad, and this is how I explained it to him. He has a Mexican dad. And so instead of calling them both dad, he started calling his biological dad Mexican dad, which is kind of cute when you think about it, but he did not appreciate that basically. And I went into a little bit more detail on that. Hold on, I'm busy. What do you need, baby? Oh, you died. I'm distracting them with Minecraft whilst recording this. So let me put her on creative. Okay, here you go. Can you close mommy's door, please? There's a lot of noise out there. Careful, are you okay? You goofy goober. You fell. I love you. Sure. I'm being joined against my will. What's up? Yeah.
Mom, why I do not survive?
We did transition over to um domestic violence questions, which I'm gonna skip that. But I will say that I had a couple minor breakdowns, and then we finished up with my health, my therapy provider, what I want out of a parenting plan, which as it stands currently is basically a step up plan that will it's purely based off of progression that can be proven and can be frozen if certain progressive steps haven't been taken or maintained, and that's to protect Victor. How about you?
Mom,
And then we kind of ended it with the things that they're going to need from me. So, release of informations for providers and school. I was able to send copies of a lot of the referral letters, nutrition assessment, like basically all the assessments that we've had so far. I was able to send his IEP. I was able to send. I think that's just about it. And then today we had the parent child observation, which also made me pretty anxious. But the way she described it was like, just pretend that I'm not there. I'm going to turn off my camera. Like, the end of the parent interview kind of discussed what to expect out of the parent child observation. And that one was super straightforward. And so we went into the meeting room, turned off the camera, and so basically
Baby, I'm going in there.
I just continued off like I hadn't just joined a call. Can you get out of my face, please? I don't like that. What do you need, child? I think you need to plug it in. It's getting dark. It does not mean your phone's in the red.
I need to charge it with the white charger.
Not the white one, the black one. If you need a charge, go back to the white charger. Oh my god. I'm gonna scoot over because they're all up in my grill. So, oh my god, you can't see me. So basically, the observation where did I leave off? I pretended that I didn't just join a call. We were in the middle of cutting his fingernails because he had spacey Cheeto redness under his nails. And then I was teaching him how to wash the tips of his fingers after you cut your nails because that's super important, especially when you have like chips residue all up in there. And then we went back to the kitchen because unfortunately, I didn't get to do all this in the observation, but his negotiation skills are off the charts. I wanted to make heart-shaped French toast, and he wanted grilled cheese. So we compromised and obviously made grilled cheese. So we were cooking up that grilled cheese, and it was super silly.
Okay.
So when I'm just gonna eat Cheetos. Okay. Oh, okay. Um, when I cook with the kids and they're helping me anywhere near the stove, I cook on a level 2 heat, and that's because like I know they're gonna be ding dongs and touch it, whether on accident or on purpose. They're gonna be ding dongs. They're gonna touch it, and it's not gonna burn them, but it's gonna be enough to be like, "Yo, lesson learned. Let's not touch the pans." So there was a moment where he brushed the pan. It wasn't hot yet, but it was warm enough for him to be like, "Oh my god, I got a bird." I'm like, "Bro, it's hot." And so I started taking the warmed up piece of bread over to the side for him to put the cheese on before putting the actual grilled cheese together. And I was in charge of flipping. I would ask him if they looked done. He has a really good eye for
Hey, Mom, I love you.
I love you for a good piece of grilled cheese.
Like what? We did that?
Can you get off of me?
Yeah.
I'm like so super comfy right now. No, no, no. Thank you. No. Victor, if you can't listen to me, I need you to get out. Thank you for saying sorry, but I need you to not push me around because you see a camera. Okay? Deal?
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, there was another funny part during the observation. He said that his dad likes sausage, and so, like,
What's a father?
instinctively, I'm just like, which dad? Which dad do you mean? Do you mean Kenneth, or do you... He goes, Kenneth. Kenneth is my father. You are my mother. So we ended up having a whole little lesson about the TH sound instead of replacing it with a D. Because he says mother and fodder. Adorable. And then some language correction proceeded, or I don't even know, I'm trying to use fancy words and I can't think. Immediately followed, called something stupid. And I'm like, bro, like, who do you watch that constantly says stupid? Because you're supposed to say stinky. If you feel the need to say stupid, say super stinky. And that's something that we try to teach the kids at home. So to wrap it up, basically, we are uh, we're not done with the whole parenting evaluation business, but that's my experience so far. Going into it was super anxious. Coming out of it was like, dang, easy breezy cover girl. And while I was not in pain today, because of the observation and because of all the other shite that I have to do, was not able to really vlog. And after this, I'm going to take a nap, so probably won't be vlogging later tonight either. I might try because I really want to wake up within an hour or so and make some lumpia. Oh, I really want some lumpia. Let me see what else. I will be adding the 2 clips that I did record before the observation. No, one of them's before, one of them's after. And Yeah. Oh, also, if you're watching this and you watched it all the way through, let me know what you think. Should I be like documenting this whole process? Because I never know what is too much information, so I leave out a lot of the specific details. Like, I know the obvious ones, don't be like giving out personal information, no one's identities, no doxing and all that. But like for the general info, should I just document it all, or should I focus on like the daily life vlogging aspect? I don't know. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.